Here's the notable running backs on the bye for Week 11. Another tough list here. Chuba Hubbard and James Conner have been absolute workhorses this season, Matthew. Rashad White and Bucky Irving.
Yeah.
Kind of splitting carries. Bucky's been more productive, and Tyrone Tracy is probably keeping some teams in the playoff hunt right now in fantasy. So
right.
Including me.
Our guy Tyrone Tracy, for sure. So a lot of big name running backs on buys this week. So we start with Tyjae Spears.
Yes,
who,
54%
came back
available.
last week for the Titans. Where he got 10 touches. He had over 50 total yards. He's going to be part of this passing game. 13% target share in his first game back last week, and played 47% of the snaps, which is only 3 fewer than Tony Pollard. They're home to Minnesota this week, then at Houston, at Washington, home to Jacksonville. So a decent schedule coming up for Tyjae Spears, who's available in 54% of Yahoo leagues.
How about Audric Estime making our running back?
He's your boy. You should be talking about this. We're not going to talk about
the time has come.
Yes.
We said you'd have to be patient.
Yes.
You'd have to. We even said maybe it won't be this year, but it turns out it will be. Audric Estime, 14 carries, 53 yards. Sean Payton said Estime will continue to get more reps, Matthew. I think Estime time is here in the Denver backfield.
There were 17 running back carries for the Broncos in Week 10. Audric Estime got 14 of them. This is somebody who had 15 total carries entering Week 10. Now he spent some time on IR. But as you mentioned, Peyton says Estime is going to continue to get more reps. And for those that don't listen to the, Pro Football Exchange, the Draft Exchange? What the hell is your name?
NFL Stock Exchange.
NFL Stock. I don't know. It's a terrible name. It's a popular podcast with a terrible name.
What was it? Is it the Bets Pod? The Mets Pod?
I don't know what it is. The Jets. By the way, also, you need a scorecard to keep track of how many effing podcasts Connor Rogers does. But all right. So the one he does with Trevor is called the NFL Stock Exchange.
Yeah.
Nailed it. Audric Estime has been kind of the poster child of. Is it Audric Estime?
As a bit, Audric Estime.
Yes. Underestimate him at your own peril.
There you go, Jay. Beautiful. Well done. Yeah. Estime was such a funny prospect because it was like nobody knew about him.
Yeah.
Then everybody ranked him way too high, and then he ended up getting drafted right where you'd all expect.
Okay.
But it's time for Audric Estime. Power runner, Sean Payton kind of guy. And Jay, it just feels like this offense, as much as Bo Nix has been better, they're going to have a running back that really matters in fantasy just because of the volume.
Yep. And I think there were 2 big red flags about the Broncos' backfield coming into the season. And one was that we didn't know who was going to get the work. And secondly, we thought the team was going to be bad and they just wouldn't be in run scripts. Well, it turns out they're actually fine. This is a solid team. They just played the Chiefs effectively to a draw in Arrowhead. And there was nothing
They should have won that game.
There was nothing really fluky about it either. They just played them to a draw and should have won if they didn't get the field goal blocked at the end. So I think they are going to be in enough run scripts. And if Estime, we know Sean Payton, he kind of messes around with backfields, then finds his favorites, and if Estime has become his favorite, then he's going to be startable every week.
The Broncos, Sean Payton has always used multiple running backs when he did in New Orleans. He's done it in Denver as well. But so I wouldn't panic too much on Javonte Williams. I mean, listen, wherever you drafted him, his value is lower, certainly because Estime is going to get more reps as well, and maybe Jaleel McLaughlin is the odd man out. I mean, Williams just did nothing, and I don't know if that was a game script thing or just Estime was running hot, or I don't know, but it is clear that, do not underestimate Audric Estime.
Yeah, that's fine. You can run with it if you want.
Yeah, I might rip it off. We'll see. I'm workshopping it. I'm gonna see.
You got a couple more in the tank for next time?
Okay. We'll see if if people react to it. You know, if they like it, I'll keep doing it. If they don't,
if
they don't like it, then it was Jay's bit.
Yeah, just drop it on FNIA. See what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to think if there's anything with Estime.
Well, you can think of that while we look at the insurance running backs
like may not. I don't know. I don't know. There's something there.
Sure, I'll take my recycled 4 out of 10.
And note the header of this. This is not, deep league savior week kind of guys. These are insurance running backs. Of course, Zach Charbonnet, one of the best insurance running back options across fantasy. Braylon Allen, Tyler Algier, Ray Davis, Trey Benson, who looked good with the work he got against the Jets, and Cam Akers, who's just somehow always ends up back on the Vikings.
We're entering Week 11. We're down in the home stretch towards the playoffs, and especially for teams that look like that you feel like you're going to be playing in the postseason, it's time to start solidifying your roster and start thinking about, like, hey, if I were to lose this guy, I want to make sure that I have a plan. Because, again, it's been a crazy injury year for football. Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotoWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched. or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto-World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.